The hierarchy of controls, protecting yourself and your team. Workplace safety isn't just about reacting to hazards. It's about proactively controlling them before they lead to injury or worse. That's where the hierarchy of controls comes in. This structured approach ensures that we reduce risks in the most effective way possible. Today, we'll break down each control level with real-world examples, statistics, and practical applications so you can understand how to keep your workplace safer. Let's go through the hierarchy, step by step, in the correct order. Each step is designed to minimize risks, starting with the most effective measures first. The first and most effective step is elimination, removing the hazard entirely. If we can eliminate the hazard, we also eliminate the risk. One quick example of this is instead of using a toxic solvent for cleaning, a company switches to water-based cleaning methods. By eliminating the toxic substance, workers no longer face exposure. Why does it matter? According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, eliminating hazards at the source is the most effective way to prevent injuries and fatalities. In fact, studies show that workplaces that focus on hazard elimination experience significantly fewer lost-time injuries compared to those that rely solely on PPE. When elimination isn't possible, the next best thing is substitution, replacing a dangerous process or material with a safer alternative. One really good example of this is a manufacturing plant replaces a highly flammable chemical with a less volatile one. This reduces the likelihood of fires or explosions. The fact is that the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health has found that proper substitution strategies can reduce workplace accidents by up to 30%. Although something important to think about is that substitution must be done carefully. Some replacements may introduce new hazards, so a thorough risk assessment is necessary. If elimination and substitution aren't feasible, the next step is isolation, restricting access to the hazard to minimize exposure. This can be done many ways, so here one. A warehouse installs guardrails and locked access doors to prevent unauthorized personnel from entering areas with heavy machinery. Did you know? The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that proper isolation of hazards significantly reduces workplace injuries, especially in high-risk industries like construction and manufacturing. In workplaces that prioritize isolation strategies, injury rates have dropped by over 40% in some sectors. When we can't remove the hazard, we need to design solutions that physically separate workers from risks. These are called engineering controls. What kind of example can the engineers whip up for us? Here is one. Installing ventilation systems to remove harmful fumes from a workspace or using machine guards to prevent workers from coming into contact with moving parts. So, how effective are engineering controls? Studies show that workplaces implementing proper engineering controls see up to a 50% reduction in workplace injuries. Investing in better ventilation systems alone has been shown to lower the risk of respiratory illnesses among workers by 60%. If engineering solutions aren't enough, we turn to administrative controls, policies, procedures, and training that help reduce risk. Here is an example. Implementing job rotation to limit exposure to repetitive strain or hazardous environments. Additional measures: safety training, clear signage, strict work procedures, and regular safety drills. A study by the National Safety Council found that businesses with robust administrative safety measures reduced their workplace injury rates by nearly 25%. Remember, administrative controls rely on human behavior, making them less effective than eliminating or isolating hazards. Finally, we have PPE, protective gear designed to reduce injury when all other controls aren't enough. This will be items like hard hats, gloves, safety glasses, safety boots, fall protection harness, and respirators. Here is a reality check. PPE is essential, but it's the least effective method of control. Why? Because it doesn't eliminate the hazard. It just minimizes the harm when exposure occurs. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that over 80% of workplace injuries could have been prevented by stronger controls earlier in the hierarchy, rather than relying on PPE alone. Can we eliminate all risks? No, but by using the hierarchy of controls, we can drastically reduce them and make our workplaces safer. Every step we take saves lives, and that's what really matters. What you can do next? Share this with your coworkers, friends, and family. Safety knowledge saves lives. Engage with us. Have you seen these controls in action at your workplace? Share your experiences in the comments. Let's learn from each other. Subscribe and follow for more workplace safety insights, because safety isn't just a rule, it's a mindset. Until next time, stay safe and take care.